Hello everyone, welcome again to the Gary Kids Show. Yay, good to be back on your screen. Thank you for stopping by to watch our videos. We say thank you for those that have been sharing, those that have been visiting and commenting and liking our page. We appreciate all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So today we'll be discussing emotional abuse. If you're a parent watching me, come closer, come closer, come closer. I have a gist for you. Yeah. And if you're a child watching me, listen so you can learn and to be able to teach other people too. Thank you. Let's begin. Okay, so what is emotional abuse? I know you've heard the word emotional abuse countless times, but most of us don't know what it means. Most of us just think about it as a casual, statement, but it's actually deeper than that. So today my job here is to educate you about what emotional abuse is, the signs to know, and how, if you have been doing it unconsciously or you have been a victim, you'll be able to identify if whether or not you have been emotionally abused or you are being emotionally abused. So what is emotional abuse? Emotional abuse happens when a child is repeatedly made, or a person is repeatedly made to feel worthless, unloved, alone, or scared. Emotional abuse happens when a person is made to feel worthless, unloved, scared, or alone. So if somebody constantly makes you feel unloved, somebody makes you constantly feel scared, you are probably being emotionally abused. If you're a child and the people around you, maybe your parents or your foster parents, always make you feel unloved, always make you feel scared, or always make you feel alone, you are probably experiencing emotional abuse. All right. Okay, so emotional abuse can actually do a lot of damage to a person, be it an adult or a child, more than you can ever imagine, because it's this kind of abuse that is not obvious. You can't see the marks on people's face. Unlike physical abuse, you can actually see the marks on their faces, their body, you can easily detect it. But emotional abuse can hardly be detected except the person being abused speaks up. It's an internal thing. It's not something you can see with your physical eyes, you get. So it's really not easily detected. So that's why a lot of people, end up going into depression, committing suicide and doing a whole lot of things. Most of the people that do all these things have been emotionally abused at one time or the other. So if you're a parent and you have been making your child unloved, you're actually emotionally abusing that child. Stop it. Okay, so now let's look at the types of emotional abuse. Number one, continually rejecting a child. You are continually rejecting the person or the child. As a parent, you are continually rejecting that child or ignoring the child. The child is talking to you, you are just looking the other way, or you're pressing your phone. You're not even paying attention to what they are saying. You are emotionally abusing that child. Gradually, that child will be pulling away, be keeping away from you. And before you know it, there will be a drift between the two of you. Instead of bonding, you begin to drift apart. All right. Number two, physically or socially isolating a child is a form of emotional abuse. Because the child did something wrong, instead of you to correct the child on the spot, you decide to isolate that child. Other people are going out, you decide to lock the child in the house. That is a form of emotional abuse. Another thing is forcing a child to do things by scaring them. A lot of parents are guilty of this. Because you want your child to do something, you will tell the child, okay, if you don't do this thing, I will do this to you. If you don't do this, I will. It's like guilt tripping that child. You're telling the child, if you don't sweep that place, I will come and blow up your head. If you don't do it, using words that will make the children scared of you, is a form of emotional abuse. Then exposing a child to domestic violence is a form of emotional abuse. You and your husband are having quarrel, you're fighting. You'll be doing it in front of the children. You are damaging their emotions. You are emotionally abusing them. The abuse is on you, physically. Maybe a man abusing a woman or a woman the other way around. But them watching that thing unfold before them is damaging their emotions. So you're actually abusing them indirectly. So it's not just you, both of you that are abusing themselves, yourselves. you are actually affecting your children as well. So you need to watch it. Okay, another thing is constantly criticizing or humiliating or blaming them. They did something wrong. Let's move on. You've corrected them. Let's move on from that. Not that another thing will have to say, that's how you did the last time. That's how you used to do. You are constantly humiliating them, even in front of their friends. You be shouting at them. You talking to them anyhow. You just be insulting them, throwing abusive words at them. You are emotionally abusing them. A lot of parents are on this table. You need to repent. Okay, so another thing is constantly swearing, yelling, or screaming at the child. You want the child to do something. Instead of you to just say it calmly, you will scream on top of your voice. You don't need to shout before they hear you. They can hear you. I've seen cases where children will tell their parents, they'll ask their parents, Mommy, why are you shouting? It can be really embarrassing, but these children have emotions too. They have feelings too. They love to be respected too. So if you are yelling at them every time, you are screaming at them every time, you are shouting at them every time, you are actually damaging their emotions. And this can go a long way to affect their self-esteem. So parents, you need to do better. Okay? All right. Another thing is making a child feel different from other family members. Always telling the child, you don't belong to this time. If not because of us, you are not supposed to be here. Making the child feel like, oh, maybe I'm not part of this family. Maybe still treating the child differently from other family members actually affects them emotionally. Another thing is telling a child that they are worthless, unloved, or not enough. Telling a child that they are worthless. Can you imagine? Telling their child, I don't love you. There was a video I watched last time, and the mother told the child, I don't love you anymore. You could see, I saw how much that girl cried. She cried her heart out. It took the mom to tell her that, oh, she was just joking, and then pleaded with her not to, cry again, that she really loved her, So telling a child that you don't love the child, you have already damaged their emotions. So please try and tell your children, I love you as much as possible. It kind of strengthens their self-esteem. They know that, okay, somebody cares about them. So talk to your child and say, I love you to your child right now, right now, right now. Okay, another one is withholding love, support, praise, or attention from the child. You are withholding praise. Your child did something nice. Praise the child. Commend the child. Show the child that they did well. It's not every time that they did something wrong that you'll be yelling and screaming. When they do something nice too, appreciate them, encourage them, let them feel loved, let them feel appreciated, let them feel that praise. It kind of boosts their ego, it boosts their self-esteem. It makes them to want to do better next time. Okay, another thing is withholding love, support, and praise. Okay, I said that already. Bullying, teasing, insulting, and belittling a child is a form of emotional abuse. Belittling, talking down at them. You can't know this math. You can't do this. You can't do that. Talking down at them. It kind of emotionally abuses them. It makes their emotions to be shattered. It reduces their self-esteem. It makes even their brains to shut down, because they believe that, oh, if mommy says I can't do it, then I can't do it, because they see you like their mentor. They trust you. They believe that you know better than them. So the moment you keep telling them, they can't do something, or you are talking down at them, they won't be able to do better, even in life. Then having unrealistic expectations or unreasonable demands of a child is a way to emotionally abuse them. Fine, you want your child to maybe read a particular course or something. Instead of you to sit down with this child and then know the child's strengths and abilities, and then channel the child's strength to a particular thing they love to do, you try to put your own unrealistic expectations upon them, lord over your expectations on them, making them to do things they don't enjoy to do. So when you constantly lord your expectations over them, in a way you are beginning to emotionally abuse them, because when they are around you, you are talking about the same thing that they don't want to do, they don't want to see, or they don't want to talk about. Gradually they start shutting down emotionally, and before you know it, the love will grow cold. Both of you drift apart. and it will be difficult to communicate to them. I don't think you want to get to that level as a family, as a parent, or as a child. So parents, I think it's time to have a rethink. Alright, I don't want to bore you with so many information. I would like you to take in all I've said so far. Have a think about it, and then let's come back again. We shall continue when I come back.
Authenticado, authenticado. I serve a living God, oh, even the devil knows, say not true. Oh, I serve a living God, oh, everybody knows, say now you there. You died, you rose again. Over my sake, you came out, you died, you rose again. Papa collect the glory and the honor. At your rest, nobody fit drag up with you. Take the glory and the honor. At your rest, your glory, no one to share. Jehovah, anything you talk, you do. You get the power to save, heal, and deliver. Hosanna, the angels to sing hallelujah. You know they lie, you know they fail, you know they carry my matter they play. See yesterday, you call me your own. When it reach my turn, Lord, you know they delay. From generation to generation, from Liberia to Jamaica, you know they carry last, you know they carry last. Authentic God, authentic God, authentic God, Jehovah, now you know, Jehovah, now you
So before I go, Make sure you are following us on all our social media platforms as shown on your screen. Make sure you are sharing with your friends. I know you've learned something very new today, so please be nice enough to share with your friends. And hey, till I come your way next time, be good and don't emotionally abuse your children anymore. Thank you. See you next time.